Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we salute listener Bill Lewis. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley, along with our special guests Lenny Eckstein and Jason Bronner.
Hey gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hey.
Hey. So yeah, we're going to have some fun today. We are going to be talking about Bill Lewis. It's part of our new series of saluting listeners, people who are not part of the show, but are everyday listeners. So Bill Lewis is the second one that we've done. So we'll get to that though after the break. For right now, Lenny's been working hard to come up with a topic for us to talk about. What is that, Lenny?
I mean, I don't know about working hard, but I was thinking about something. Somebody made a comment to me the other week when I was at sea level about drinking at sea level versus living at altitude. And I've always had my opinions and, not actually being a doctor, but always liking to tell people their medical business. I did some research and I still have opinions and facts to back it up now, but I wondered what you guys thought about any experiences of drinking at altitude versus sea level, if it makes a difference, what you think.
I mean, I can't say I've spent a lot of time at altitude drinking, but I have been up there a little bit. I've never noticed a difference, actually. Maybe there is a difference, but none that affected me, no.
Yeah. So, now what does make sense to me for sure is, while I'm no endurance athlete by any means, I mean, maybe in present company I am, but when I go,
wow,
when I go to,
I mean, that's a shot, just thrown in there casually, yeah. That guy's in good shape. I
don't really run. But here's the thing. I do have a higher, anyone at altitude is going to have a higher blood cell count because the oxygen's so thin here. So when you go to sea level, you've got more oxygen carrying potential. And you can kind of run or carry, your cardio farther. It has nothing to do with alcohol, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've gone to the mountains a lot because we go snowboarding up there every year. We're with my family up until
15 minutes from me.
Yeah, we would go to Big Sky, Montana, every single year growing up. And I was drinking too much on the mountain from the time I was 16 till we stopped. I almost got banned from the family trip more than once.
Banned from the family trip,
but I don't,
or from the family,
the family in general. But I don't feel like it affected me any worse. I was just as drunk as I had planned to be.
Yes.
Right.
I don't feel I didn't feel like it, but also when we were down in Colorado just, a few months ago and we didn't come and see you, Lenny, even though we drove right past your place, which is not my fault. But what I thought was strange anyways, was the people that I was with, were like, oh,
yeah,
oh my gosh, breathing, it's so hard here. And I'm like, breathing here seems like
I don't notice any difference either.
I feel like
I'm not a cardio athlete, but I don't notice any difference either.
I feel like I'm breathing
right,
normal, and I don't work out or do anything, frankly.
Me either, of course. I just sleep mostly.
But at that time, Royce and a few of his friends had been working out a lot, and they were all like, "Oh man, breathing up here is just so hard. I'm like just so out of breath every time I do anything." And I'm standing there, and I'm like, I don't know if do you get used to it eventually, and like you're always used to it? But like, it's not like I lived in the mountains. It's not like I lived anywhere with like high. I lived in fucking North Dakota.
Right.
Like it's.
Yeah, but you might come from like better genetics.
I do have really good.
No disrespect to Royce.
I mean, I just like I've got fantastic genes. Grandpa just turned 100. He lives by himself. Like I've got great genes.
Exactly.
Like most of my grandparents are still alive. Like I don't know, but like I didn't personally feel like mountains affect me in any way. I'm a superhuman. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I'll get just as drunk as I want to get.
People even say they have a hard time sleeping at high altitude. It doesn't. I don't notice the difference.
What do you mean? Like
I can sleep anywhere.
Yeah, like I don't
Sleeping's
understand
easy.
that at all. Oh, life is so much.
I can sleep in a plane. I'm in a plane
I'm like-
sleeping like a baby.
I'm like, I don't know. Drop me on Mount Everest. I'll probably like sleep like a baby after I get drunk enough. Like we'll be good.
Yeah, I don't
I don't
understand.
know. Like I think that's so weird.
What about you, Jason? You go up the
Yeah.
mountains, you just get lit? What happens?
I don't even think I've ever spent time at any type of altitude. I mean, I get drunk on a plane all the time.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, does that count?
What
I don't
does
think
is it a different drunk than when you're lower?
I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
it's just the same
just
drunk.
as obnoxious as
Yeah,
I
I
am.
get right. I get just as wasted on the plane as I would have got in the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, according to the internet, you do not get more intoxicated at altitude, nor do you have super whiskey consumption powers at sea level. But people like to say that. I don't know.
What about
I
the
like
hot
to say-
tub thing? Like sitting in a hot tub, everyone's like, I get so much more trashed in a hot tub than I do if I'm just like sitting not in a hot tub.
So I think maybe linked
that
to the
real?
same thing that happens when drinking at altitude is that you don't have a higher blood alcohol level, but you are likely less hydrated because it's really dry and people don't drink as much water here as they do, something like that. I wonder if a hot tub's the same thing. Like you're sweating, even though you're in water.
I think maybe it just has to do with the fact that like you're just sitting in one spot for too long, and so you don't realize that you're trashed.
That
You're
could-
in-
That's
Yeah,
kind
that
of
too.
like me at the blackjack table at Vegas.
Yeah, and also
Yeah,
you stand
that
up
happens.
and you
Later.
fall over backwards when you
It's me
stand up.
drinking hurricanes in New Orleans. Yeah. Drink 2 of them, and I'm thinking, I only had 2 drinks. Can't fucking stand up.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't think it's a hot tub's getting you more trash. I think you're just sitting in a hot tub and you have this pile of, you brought a whole case of beers with you and you brought a bottle of whiskey. And so you're just like, well, I better just drink all of them so I don't have to bring them back up to the room. And then you can't make it to the room.
And your body temp's 112.
And you're very hot.
Very hot.
And you're dehydrated because you've just been pissing in a hot tub, probably.
Sure. I always piss in the Neelys when I go in there.
God.
First of all, I've never been in the Neelys hot tub. For the record, I clearly have never even been
But
in there.
if I was,
If I was,
in there the
if I
whole
was,
time.
I'd fucking whiz in there. I'd 100%. 100%.
while drinking,
You know what's
hurricane.
horrible? I have never even thought about the fact that people are probably fucking pissing in my hot tub.
Well, yeah, of course. You got all those drunks. They
No,
piss in their bed. They
that's
piss
a-
in their own beds. Of course, you're going to piss in
Becca,
their hot
that's
tub.
100%.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Yeah, now look at her face.
Everyone is banned.
Good thing you don't have a sauna. That'd be worse.
Yeah. Well, they got a sauna. So.
We do have sauna.
Yeah.
I don't think they're peeing in the sauna. I don't think they're peeing in
You
the
don't.
sauna.
Oh my God.
The rocks are there.
You don't want that. The stings the eyes.
Let's be
acids.
fair. Men are gross, and you guys just literally pee anywhere for any reason whatsoever. Like there's literally a bathroom that's like 5 feet away from you, and you're like, well, I gotta just go like piss off the deck instead, and you like
You're so
walk out
correct.
and like whip
You're
your
correct.
dick out, and you're
But
just
then
pissing off a deck.
Women like men. I don't know. This is what I don't understand. I don't know how we got lucky where women are attracted to men. I don't
don't
how
know
this
why
works.
we like
It
you
should-
guys at all.
It should not work like that.
It makes
Men are disgusting.
zero fucking sense that we
Men
like
are
you guys.
right.
My dad said that to me for you. He goes, I can fully understand why women would be attracted to women. He's like, because like
Men are
women are
gross.
soft and they smell good and like they don't have any hair. He's like, it just makes sense for like
Guys
everyone
are
to be
fucking
attracted
vile.
to women. He goes, but to be attracted to a man, he's like, this is how I know that that's real, because like you don't want to like a man. We're disgusting and we fart, stink, were literally just disgusting all the time. He's like, it doesn't really make any sense for anyone to like a man. And I'm like,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dad, truly, you're
I
right.
don't understand. I'm glad it works out this way. I'm glad, but
Yeah. Oh, lucky you.
All right. Well, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. Lenny looks locked and loaded there. He's ready to go. What do you got there, Lenny?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go take a leak because I can just over the side of the rail. But
Sure, just hang it over the side, and there you go.
I've got a bottle of Still Austin's cast strength bourbon.
Okay. Okay, that's very good. Very good. The guy never used to be able to do a cork pop, then all of a sudden can now. So I don't understand.
He's got a button now he's hitting.
I think so. I'll go next. I've got the Elijah Craig 12. You ever seen one of these, Bronner? Huh? Have you ever seen one of those?
Used to. Drank several of them, several thousand of them, probably.
Yeah.
Used to.
The big 12 on there, the old school. Here we go.
Yeah, that is old school.
That is old school. That was nice for an old bottle, but that's not going to be good enough. Lenny had a nice cork pop there. He's got the lead. Jason, you are next. What do you got, buddy?
I've got a screw top. I've got to get into this sample. It's like a I don't know, some kind of 10-year or something. I'm going to get into this. So.
Okay.
Right.
That's he's sampling that. All right, Becca, you're next. Last but not least, what do you got there?
Since Royce wasn't down at the distillery when I was down there, and so I did what he hates the most, which is grab bottles and bring them up to the house. So I grabbed our latest pick that I did. It's called Tiramisu. It is a wheated bourbon, and it's coffee, chocolate, all the good things.
Sweet. Oh, I think she got it. She out of nowhere, the kid out of nowhere wins it. So yeah, how about that? So there you go. Congrats to Becca.
So that's Tierra Miss Sue. Is that what that is?
Tierra Miss Sue.
Named after me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheers, gang.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Bill Lewis, somebody we all know here. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
I'm Davey Waltz,
And I'm Adina.
and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Bill Lewis.
A show dedicated to Bill Lewis. Where else in the world will you find this?
This would be the only place.
This would be the only place, yes. So Bill Lewis, the mustachioed wonder that is an ABV network fan. He likes Bourbon's Bistro. He likes Deer Hammer. His favorite whiskey he's got at his house is Deer Hammer. I think he said he's got 13, 15 bottles, something like that. I just gave us the count. So yeah, he's a fan of everybody on here. He
I would like
at Dealey's place.
to know how many bottles Bill has in his collection.
Yeah.
That is an actual. I honestly would like to know how many bottles most the ABV people have. I maybe should put a poll out on our super secret page that you can only be a part of if in fact you're part of the ABV network. But I would like to know how many bottles everyone.
What you'd run into. Here's the only problem. What you run into is collectors like Bill, whose wife does not approve of their collection, only a certain aspect. He has secret bottles, and then he doesn't want Donna to know about them. So then you'd get so he couldn't give you the real account. He'd give you the ones that she knows about.
I'll put one of the options on there. I can't say my wife is on this page.
right. Yes, that's the maybe you need to do that, and then yes, because his wife is on the page. So yeah, he'd have to toe the company line.
I mean, I know he's got a lot, and Donna, bless her heart, she's we are Donna fans in this household. I will tell you that we love Donna Lewis.
I love when she yells at Bill. That's
my favorite. That's the best.
He gets in trouble. I love it.
It's fantastic. I mean,
that's my favorite. I can't help myself.
She keeps him in line. She kept him in line at Key West this year too.
Oh yeah.
I talked to them when I first saw them down. We were down at the Sunset, and they had flown in. They flew first class for the first time, which I thought was fantastic. Yeah. They were really excited about it. And Bill had ordered a cocktail, and he was like, "It was so cool! Like they come up, you just get a drink." And they came up and asked if I wanted another one, and he goes, "I better not."
Really?
Yeah, Bill Lewis turned down a drink because he was like, "I'd better try to pace myself." And so, from what I saw, Bill, he paced himself the whole time.
Yeah.
If I'm in first class, I am passing out like I have before.
Sure.
At altitude.
Yeah, the altitude did it. I've only spilled I had a glass of Prosecco and fell asleep watching War of the Worlds. I'm pestering the pregnant lady next to me about stuff. She's like, "I really need to pee." I'm like, "I'll get the stewardess to let you pee before we take off."
Wow.
I'm a nightmare to be next to on first class.
If it was a man, they would have just gone.
Or second class or third class.
Third
They
class.
would use their cup.
Back of the plane.
They would have just whipped it out and peed in the cup.
Sure. We've all done that on a plane. Jason, Bill Lewis comes by your place. He comes by Bistro from time to time. What are your thoughts on Mr. Bill there?
He's awesome. I mean, he's been by, a couple times. I think he's had a couple birthdays there, as a matter of fact.
Man, yeah.
I think the first time he came in, we had you know how some things you just don't get off on the right foot.
Right. Yeah.
I think he wanted a shot of something that was up on the top shelf.
Yeah, I do remember.
Names. And then I said,
you threw out the crazy number. You threw out a crazy number.
Yeah, I'm not giving you that because it's crap or whatever. Right. I said, let me do something. So he kind of took offense to that at first, but I think after that initial,
you've won him over. Yeah, he likes you.
Figured out how I operate. That I wanted to give him some better whiskey at a cheaper price. Basically, is what I wanted to do.
Right. Yeah.
And but it was his birthday, and he's and I, not knowing him at the time, denied him of his birthday wish. But I think we got it worked out. And I've been a fan of his ever since. But that first meeting went kind of rocky.
It was a little rocky. Yeah.
It didn't go how I wanted it to go.
Right. Yeah. Lenny, of course, Bill's been out to your place. He's been out to Deer Hammer. So yeah.
I mean, aside, as the invite pretty much stands for anyone to come out here, and I'm almost always here. And if I'm here, I'm always down to hang out all day, sit by the barrels, do whatever. Yeah, Bill's driven out to Deer Hammer twice. Some people just drive right by. But Bill,
Some people on this podcast. Yeah. Just drive right by.
Lenny, it's not my fault, okay?
check this out.
That wouldn't.
I brought up going to see you like 4 times, and everyone was like, and I was like, okay.
Well,
And frankly, they were all a bunch of drunk assholes anyways.
you know, Lenny, he's a doctor now, so it doesn't really matter.
That's not who said no. All the other people, like we had like 8 people with us.
I thought
They
it was
weren't
Dr.
weren't
Dr.
whiskey
Neely.
connoisseurs. Yeah, not
Dr.
Dr.
Neely.
Dr. Neely was with, but Dr. Neely was also dying of some sort of sickness, so you really didn't want him there anyways. But
Okay.
I mean, not to go off on a tangent of what's all awesome about Deer Hammer and the surrounding areas, but I don't know, best hot springs in Colorado. You
yeah,
could sit
those
in the
were
hot
great.
springs and get-
Yeah, they were fantastic. I smashed my nose though.
Yeah,
I literally ran into a rock.
Well,
that's what happens when you
Yeah.
drink too much of the
You
hot
didn't need
springs.
stitches, thank God.
yeah.
I didn't, but I did cut my nose. I was doing
My God.
where I damaged my
Your
nose.
nose and eye
Taking a
injuries, all in the same
fucking-
area. Yeah.
Eating, yeah. I like literally. I
Kind of
turned
blocks
around.
everything with her face.
I was setting the phone up to take a fucking big group shot. It was maybe more. Maybe there's like 10 of us. I was trying to take a group shot of all of us, and I set my phone up like in the rocks, and I'm like, okay, it's perfect right here. Is everyone ready? Okay, timer. And I turn and just whack my face into the rock, and it goes it crunches, and everyone goes,
Oh,
because they could hear my nose crunch. And I'm like, no, it's fine. And I like sit down. They're like, your nose is bleeding. I'm like, no, it's probably fine. They're like, I think it's broken. I'm like, it's not broken. It was just a crunch.
oh, God.
Just a flesh wound.
A crunchy nose. It's a
I've
crunchy
never
nose.
worse. I just got a crunchy nose. You can even hear
Yeah.
it pop.
Lenny, what's the knife you just brandished there? What's
Bill did not only did he come to visit me twice, he brought me this knife, so when I'm in the St. Louis area, I can defend myself. How awesome is that? Who does that? Aside
why
from
did he give you that knife? That thing's crazy.
because he's cool and he
That's-
knows
that's like a
brought me a
sword.
knife.
That's
That is
damn
a
near a
sword.
sword. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it is a sword, especially if you're my size. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Stevie your size. It might just be a knife,
Yeah, it'd be a pocket knife for me, but for Lenny, yeah.
the katana.
Be a samurai sword to me.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
there you go.
Never bought me a knife.
No,
So,
he should have.
I don't
He
know.
should have.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Bill Lewis.
Okay. Becca, what about when he gives you a gentle hug? Do you like that?
I don't mind Bill Lewis hugs until he does the.
Yeah. He accentuates his hugs with his fart noise that he just loves. He cracks himself up. In Bill Lewis's mind,
He's having
Bill
a good
Lewis
time.
is the funniest Bill Lewis there's ever been. Bill Lewis likes Bill Lewis. Yeah.
My favorite Bill Lewis Donna story I have to date is when we went down to MB Roland. And that morning we were in there, and we all got to go on our tours. There was 2 separate groups that got to go on tours. And I saw Donna for the first time because they were on, I think, a different group. Or maybe it was the first time I got to talk to Donna. And I said, Donna, how are you doing? And she's like, well, I'm great. Bill's not. And I was like, oh. She goes, I go, what'd Bill do? And she goes, let's just say that if I had to rate him for last night out of a 1 through 10, he'd get a 0.
Yeah. Bill got a 0 on our trip to MB Roland. Yeah.
And
He got drunk at the bottle share big time, and then one of those deals where he had to be helped to the room, and then just crashed on top of the covers in his clothes, slept all night, and
hey, guess
Bill-
what? There are many fucking times I've given Royce a 0 out of 10. And know
you
what?
felt her pain with that score. Yeah.
I have also got a 0 out of 10 before.
When you peed in the hot tub.
If you're gonna get them, you
you
gotta get them. Yeah, you gotta give a little, take a little there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Royce is
Becca's got some stories though. Yeah. No. So there you go. It's our tribute to Bill Lewis. Congrats to Bill Lewis for making one of our tribute shows. Very cool stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed your show, Bill.
Hey,
Very
how long
special.
has before we close it up, how long has Bill been listening? Do you have any idea?
Bill has been probably since damn near the beginning. And another thing that we should mention about Bill Lewis is he's responsible for bringing the Robinsons into the mix. So he went to an event where they were at by chance, was seated at a table with them, and was like, "You like bourbon too? You should listen to the Bourbon Daily." And that gets the Robinsons listening, have never heard of me or the show or anything else. And they start listening, and then they become really involved. So,
well, I'm sure the only reason Bill came in bourbons was because of the show.
oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Despite the fact the guy lives in the greater Louisville area, he lives in Shepherdsville, but that's close enough. And he had never been there before, and then he starts going there based on listening to the show. So yeah,
Fantastic.
that's cool stuff. All right, on that note, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Lenny, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you?
I mean, you can find me in Buena Vista, Colorado, but possibly not visit. You can check us out on social media at Deerhammer and find us at www.deerhammer.com.
Yeah, you never know what's going to impact people. So if you go to Colorado, you don't go see Lenny. We had we drink at ABV Barrel Shop just on Saturday as we record this, and we have our wall of fame. He went over there and looked at every picture and said, "You motherfucker, I'm not on the wall. I've known you longer than every one of these sons of bitches, and I have known Weebrink for a long fucking time." Not happy about that. Jason was on. He's like, even fucking Bronner's on here. I introduced you to.
That's awesome.
I mean, do you even have any pictures with Weebrink? Like, come on, it's his own fault.
Yeah, I should have pulled some out and put it on there, and then I just didn't. I
We've
thought
got some from New Orleans that are good.
Yeah, I would have swore I had a Weebrink on. I'm like, no, you're on there. No, he had checked all of it before he yelled at me, and yeah. So it was a bad move. Jim goes back and prints one off. It's black and white, just on paper. The rest are real photographs, and he's like, "Oh, look, there it is." No, it didn't work.
That's funny.
Yeah, Bronner, he wasn't happy, and then the whole Bronner one just angered him even more too. So the fact Jason's on there, so.
That's the effect I have on people in
Oh,
general.
That one set him off, and then the Phil Collin one too. Why is Phil on here?
I would Phil, Bourbon's dad, not be on there.
He's on there. Phil's on there, but Weebrink is not. So yeah, we gotta. So that taught us a
typical
lesson.
whiny Weebrink.
That taught us a lesson. I'll tell you what, if we have anybody doing, coming up to speak for us, we're going to have their goddamn photo on there, even if we got to just print something randomly off the internet. Yeah. There it is.
You got to take it down after they leave.
Yeah.
Steve, if you need me to Photoshop in someone's face onto something,
Yes.
you know I will do that for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I can do it.
we can work with this.
And if nothing else, they'll probably laugh about that at least.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I forgot where I was at. Is it Beka next or is it Jason?
Jason?
Or Beka, whoever.
No, Jason, go ahead.
Bistro.
It was you.
Yeah. Bourbons is on all the media platforms. Bozo Druce is on all the media platforms. And I am the Bluegrass Bourbon Baron on Instagram.
It just flows so easily. It just flows so easily.
Rolls off the tongue.
Yes, it does. Or find them on the wall at the ABV Barrel Shop too.
And I'm on the wall at the ABV, apparently.
Yes, yeah. Beka, how about you?
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, that's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us at the ABV Barrel Shop. Check out that photo wall. See who's on there and who is not. It's fun to do. abvbarrelshop.com. Beka, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Hey, guys.
See ya.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with the national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.